Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Political federalism has to work on the legs of economic federalism. But when you have political federalism and the economy is literally managed, then you have amputated the federalism. It cannot work, and cannot work, and it cannot work.
How do we have state governors and state governments that will begin to take pride in moving beyond just political soundbites to real project development? We can come back here next year with clear projects, or we can come back here next year to talk some more.
What international investors will need is transparency, proper transparency. And we also have to think about this pipeline which we have to draw up and present to the governor's forum. Not for their endorsement, not for their endorsement, but for their knowledge and blessing.
Southeast is one of the best place in terms of technical-wise. Ken Igbo is here. We conducted interviews with some of our top executives, and after shortlisting them, and he told them where to go, but not even one person showed up because of insecurity.
Businessmen and foreign investors, we are assuring you that security will continue to improve in the Southeast. So you are welcome. Thank you.
We are simply helping. SEREDEC is helping to make things happen. SEREDEC is saying, use the talents of our own people to develop this region. That's what we are doing.
The challenge, the pain, the gain, and the potential of doing business in southeastern Nigeria, the Biafran land. ECOC, growing the economy of the southeast. Think home.
Yeah, welcome back again as we continue on ECOC, economy of the southeast. Still talking about the Southeast Economic Summit put together by SEREDEC. Today we'll be taking some of the response from people who participated in the preliminary section, which we will continue this week, the ease of doing business. You know, we did the other part on last week, and this week we'll continue on that very preliminary section, talking about the ease of doing business in the Southeast. So let's quickly take some of the recaps and also some of the response by the participants of that program.
I will turn it over to retired Major General Obi Umahi. One of the central themes that have crisscrossed this conversation this afternoon is security. And how can the Southeast state governments sustain and improve on securities across the states to make sure that investors could come in comfortably, do businesses, and are not under any kind of security threat?
Thank you very much. I think I've been taught that if an examiner asks you a question, you can set your own for yourself and yourself. McNamara, one time Secretary of State in the US, said, without security there can be no development, and without development there can be no security. Last year, Igbo Lagos held a business roundtable in November in Lagos, and we invited great people like Chikasin, and Chikasin is wonderful. Any time Igbo's inviting, he makes himself available. And the major issue during the discussion some governors of the Southeast were there, was Akuru Uno. That's the team of that roundtable, Akuru Uno. The aim was to bring investors of Igbo extraction back, not back home, to encourage them to bring part of their businesses to the Southeast. In that business roundtable, the major issue discussed were allocation of land and security. And it is heartwarming to hear now that security has improved in the Southeast, which is very true. But I want to point out something that may be talking so many people's heart. That one of the major threats, more or less existential threats that we have in the Southeast was the issue of confrontation that rose up over land. The truth is that the least resource we have in the Southeast is land. We could have some other things in large quantities, but we don't have much land. I made a calculation, and in Ebonyi State, what each person is entitled to, if you divide our land mass with our population, is 700 square meters. So any threat to land in Igbo land is existential. It's very serious. So we will want to encourage everybody, like we have told the governors, and it is happening in the Southeast. Communities have been enlightened to begin to do everything they can to make sure that we don't allow fallow lands, that people can come in and settle and we begin to have issues. If there are lands that are empty, use it for agriculture. We need agriculture. We need the money. So that is a sure way of securing our land. Number two, the state government, Southeast Governors Forum, they have done well in the area of security. They have formed Southeast Security Committee, and through the Southeast Security Committee, there is underground security enlightenment campaign that is going on at various levels. At the state level, through Security Council meetings, at the local government level, down to the community. So the aim has always been to sensitize securities on issue of the citizens and the community people on the issue of security, so that they are not taken unawares. And I think it's working. They have helped government security agencies, that's federal government security agencies, to arrest many criminals. They've arrested them to facilitate community policing. And I guess the result is what we are hearing today, that every state in the Southeast is experiencing security at its best. And I also want to assure us that based on what the Southeast governors are doing, they have come up with some levels of security architecture in the Southeast, where vigilantes have been established, neighborhood watch, and also forest guard. These structures, these architectures are being funded by the state governors exclusively, and they are working in cahoots with the government, federal government security agencies, reporting all criminal cases to the police, to the other security agencies, and I think this has helped. But let me now assure us that because of the sensitivity of the average Igbo man, I don't think it will be possible for any person to come and overwhelm us and take lands that will require for business, that will require for agriculture, that will require. So I want to assure us that it is based on our talk shop, based on our discussions at our security level. We want to assure the Southeasterners that should not discourage any person coming to do business in Igbo land. The security is a priority issue, and the governors, as far as we know, in the Southeast Security Committee,
make some recognitions of some of our very
they are also going to buy some equipment, as they have promised, that will help to track and to trace criminals, that will help to observe from one particular office, that's the operation center, observe the entire Southeast reports. So something is being done, and much more will still be done to make sure that Southeast is well secured for business. So Chikasi and the rest of Igbo businessmen and foreign investors, we are assuring you that security will continue to improve in the Southeast. So you are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, General Wilmahi, for that beautiful intervention on security. Having gone around the panelists, and I'm quite conscious of time, we will take 3 questions or contributions from the audience. All right, so I'll recognize His Lordship as 1, and then Mrs. Naji as 2, the young lady here, as 3. We'll go around. 4, you don't want to say anything. Anyone here? That's all. So let's take this first batch, then we'll try and do another one again. All right, sir, number 5.
I think with the commitment of the state governors and with the goal of having the improvement in the Southeast, I think we may have to find a way of ensuring that every month, since we have the repository system of getting these reports, that we make available to each state governor through the chair of the state governors, the governors forum of the Southeast. Since we have the data, the information coming to us regularly, that it will help the Southeast to improve. If every month we have the same report, send it to them, make sure that every state gets the report. It will help us greatly. Because I have realized that many times the governor you are thinking that is going to sit down with you does not have more than 5 minutes to listen to you. But if every month at the State Executive Council there is a report coming from SEREDEC about what has happened, what is going on, only 5 minutes, the same report going to the 5 states, it will really help us. And I think from the office of the SEREDEC, we can do that very well.
Thank you very much.
You see how His Lordship imposes on us. We accept.
Naji, Mrs. Naji, first, then we'll come back to Ambassador. Mrs. Naji, we'll come back to Ambassador.
Thank you very much. I'll also stand on existing protocol. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to make a contribution with regards to the human capital development. Last year at C3, we spoke extensively about human capital development with regards to all the projects that we're doing. So the soft skills is something we're very, I'm saying we because I'm a member of SEREDEC. So it's something that we're very conscious about. And part of our CSR with the local communities that will be transversing their land is also on that. That is something they must benefit from, human capital development. Tomorrow, day 2 of CISO. We're going to focus a lot on human capital development. For each of the strategy sessions on these activities and these projects that we're doing, we will talk about what type of capital do they need, what kind of training, whether it's just from the universities or vocational studies as well. And as a last information, today's event, similar to C3, we also invited students from some of our key universities, and I believe about 30 of them registered for this day's event. So we would encourage the younger ones to continue to participate in everything that SEREDEC is doing. Thank you very much.
I'm coming in because of the comment of the general about security. And again, at the beginning of this program, one of our presenters laid emphasis on the importance of agriculture in our economy. And we take agriculture, a trait on it, and compared with what the general said about security. I still believe that there is a very strong trait with the issue of housing. I'm a farmer, and I know how much we still lose. Last year, I lost 7 hectares of rice field that was ignited, and of course the culture was burned down. Nothing happened. This year, during harvest, 1,000 cows came to my farm. Thank God my workers were there. They were able to drive them away. The point I'm making is that if agriculture is very important to the economy, and we are having that problem, that trait is still there. General Mike told us here that we don't have land. Every state or any land is not allowed to lie farming. Let us farm on it. How do you farm on it when you are having this trait? That thing that as far as security is concerned, as far as the economy, the economy is concerned, or the agriculture is concerned, that trait is very important. Let the general think about it and know how it can be handled. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the lady over there, pass the microphone to the young lady over there.
Okay, Cynthia Ikika, a final year student of law, University of Nigeria, New Campus, and as well the president of Advocates Movement, University of Nigeria, New Campus. I'm so much interested in this section because it has to do with business. In as much as I'm going to be a lawyer in the future, but I think business is something I won't let go. So I'm so particular about Aba City, Abia State. These people are the streets. The cities know them better by their names. They fold their sleeves, their pants, they walk in floor, they climb the skyrocketing trash just to do business. And guess what? They're the most neglected. People don't patronize them. Any not good looking dress is being tagged made in Aba. I'm talking based on experience. These people are working really, really hard. And I think that is to do in doing business cannot be talked about without talking about patronizing our own. We go outside, we go to Dubai, we buy from them, we go to different places, go to China. But these people are doing pretty well. And guess what? Most of them even doing business in Aba. After producing all these things, they find it hard to tag it made in Aba. They go and buy packages written made in China, made in Japan, just to have patronage. It is appalling. It is really, really bad. If we must progress as in Southeast, we must learn how to patronize our own. I really commend Dr. Okeze Ibazu for the great job he's doing in promoting Made in Aba. He's doing a wonderful job. But we can't do it alone. We all have to do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. There's someone here.
Mr. Moderator, as I said earlier, the governor is the chief marketer of Made in Aba. Just last week, we opened an automated industrial shoe factory in Aba. And the government is also looking into one area that is deepening to shoemakers, because we have majority of those in Aba. One area that is deepening, that is importation of parts and soles. So So some of these souls, you can see it being displayed online on our website. You will now see Enyimba, made in Enyimba, or Enyimba shoes. You can now see most of the souls. We have not started the concept of branding, and the marketers are buying into it. They have stopped the use of writing made in Italy, Brazil, Singapore, and so on. If you look at me from my head to toe, what I'm wearing, everything is made in America. And I'm proud of it. I'm so proud of it. From the car to the dress and to the shoe. And so we all dress in Abia State, including the governor. When you see him showcasing made in Abia products. So we have wonderful girls, we have wonderful shoemakers, we have wonderful cap makers, and we have all those in Abia, and we're really showcasing it. When people like us wear those made in Abia and showcase, and you see governor wearing it, the brand, then the brand goes on. So branding, we are taking care of branding in Enyimba, and Abia people are now proud to showcase their handiwork with a label made in Abia. All right. And also, one of other problems, the next problem that is really confronting ease of doing business in Abia State that the governor is tackling is that of energy. And Professor Bat can barely witness the geometrics that the governor has really shown overwhelming interest on making sure that we have full energy in Abia. And also, Professor or Dr. Ebenema, when he was there, was able to install independent power generating light from the federal government in Enyimba. So almost all the shops in our area, majority, about 50%, now have uninterrupted electricity. So that has really eased people doing business and also showcasing their branding without any fear of molestation. Buyers are buying into it. So we're having customers buying into it.
Thank you very much.
So it's not an offense for you to make your shoes and write it made in France or Italy. We have the branding concept, the branding enforcement officers moving around the shoemaker areas, making sure that whatever that is made in Abia is written made in Abia.
Thank you very much. Pass on to Major General Biumai to talk about, respond to the security issues raised by Ambassador Will.
Okay, Ambassador Franco, we know that, or some do know who are close to government, know that this issue he raised is incontrovertible. It is very true, and it is a huge contradiction to the policy of diversifying the economy. And many people borrowed money from bank, responding to government policy on diversifying through agriculture. And many have suffered huge losses through the destructive activities of herdsmen. That's very true. Now, the issue is, what is the government doing about it? The various states government. Every state government has a committee of stakeholders involving the police, the SSS, almost all the federal government security agencies, then the Maeti Allah, and some community leaders. So each time such a thing happens, the committee sits and finds fault with the headsmen, or if it's the community people that kill their cow, they will take decisions and repayment is made according to whatever judgment they may enter into. We know there are problems with this. It's not working well because the judgment in such cases are not very free. Yes, that is very true. But what we encourage individuals to do is this. If they attack your farm and destroy your crops, you have to do something proactive. You must record what has happened and approach the media record what has happened, and sometimes approach the court, write petition against those people. It is very true because we do not. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Excuse me. We don't approach issues the way the Yorubas do it and get what they want through the voice of international community. If they have been destroying your farm and you have no petition, you have never written. Supposing there is a time where it is required for you to make a case and you have never written any petition to the police, to any level of authorities, and anything you bring at that point is afterthought. So we should learn to do things the way Yorubas, for instance, who understand what legal procedure and the avenue for sensitizing the international community is. They understand it and they do it very well. So we should also adopt this. It's working for them, it will work for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Major General. Yes, so the Deputy Governor, I will allow the Deputy Governor an intervention. We just have 10 minutes. And I'm going to be brutal with the 10 minutes. So the Deputy Governor will make an intervention in a minute. I'm sorry, we'll do it in a minute. I'll take question 1, 2. Oh my God, there are too many people interested in asking questions. So let's start with the Deputy Governor.
Well, thank you very much.
5 minutes.
The little intervention I want to make is as it affects what General just said. Well, the committees that we have in the various states, one, the main essence that committee achieves is to ensure, because these people who are these marauders, these herdsmen, by their tradition, once, if you happen to kill their cow, they will go and probably come back and do more harm. So, in a bid to avoid that, once there is a crisis, state government will then invite the leader of this people, the Mieti, and also get the farmer who will try to evaluate, because for us in Abia State it's been working for us. We will try to evaluate the cost. If it is the cow, we will tell you we will pay. If it is the farmer, we will try and evaluate and we will also tell you we will pay. The essence is that at the end of the day, one single act will not result into another crisis of a bigger or a higher magnitude. That is just the essence of that committee. And on the issue of that the Honourable Commissioner for Trade and Investment raised, as it affects the ease of doing business. Like he rightly pointed out, we have done so much in Abia State. Because outside this one-stop shop, and in that one-stop shop, every agency, every ministry, is not that why you must have a desk in that one-stop shop. So that once you come into that place, an investor come into that one-stop shop, you will be able to, whatever you want. It's not that you have to move from one ministry to another, but in that particular investment house, you will be able to meet everybody that is involved in the line of whatever you want. If, for instance, you want to start up a business, you want to invest, you'll be able to see the man that is representing Ministry of Land, you'll be able to see the man that is representing, maybe you need a kind of a certificate or whatever. You will see everybody in the same hall. So that within a period of maximum 1 week, you should be done with everything that you need to do.
Thank you very much.
That's what we're doing in Advert today.
I'd like to leave us with some food for thought, which is, having spoken about how easy we want to make it to do businesses, we need to focus on what kind of businesses should we as a people be doing. Because the truth is, the businesses that led us so far in the beginning of the 21st century will totally change in the next half of the 20th century. If you look at the world's most valuable companies today, from 2019 to 2009 to 2019, just 10 years ago, 50% of them have dropped out. The people that dominate now are the Apples of the world, the Googles of the world, the Alphabets of the world. I would challenge everybody, anybody here, to raise their hand if they do not have a mobile phone. But how many of us have fixed lines? That's a technology that we totally left. So therefore, just to underline, we need to be looking strategically at what we do as a people.
It's all about Southeast Economic Forum being put together by SEREDEC, that's Southeast Economic and Development Corporation, headed by Professor Patronize. And I'm right here just at the event. This is one of the most important events our people need. This platform will talk about political and economic freedom of my people, and that's exactly what is happening right behind me. And on BVI Channel 1, I bring it to you live and direct. So you stay tuned for BVI Channel 1. Keep watching, keep liking, go to our YouTube channel. That is where I'll be bringing you everything that is happening right here, my brothers, my sisters. It is my program. Don't miss a thing.
Thank you.
Now, one aspect of this preliminary section that really concerns me a lot and must concern you too is patronizing made in Igbo goods, multiple taxation, and other related issues with respect to security. Now, we have seen this multiple taxation from different corners. We have seen our people not ready. They don't even feel like, in fact, they don't even go close to made in Igbo products. Products that are made here, they call it made in Aba. They call it with such derogatory tone, as if it is a plague, as if it is something that you should not associate yourself with. Okay, everybody here, watch made in Aba, shoe made in Aba, I'm wearing designers made in Europe, Etalo. This mindset, this is madness. And we have to be addressing these things, because how can we have employment when companies in Igbo land are closing down because of no sales, because you're not patronizing it? It really breaks my heart when I hear that or see that our Southeast government officials, beginning with the governors and the legislators, they don't patronize made in Igbo goods. The vehicles, the utilities, and the rest of them, they hardly patronize them. And I wonder why. Things that you can produce here, why go all the way around the world to get it? So I don't see that rationale, and I want us to really look into this on this program and as we continue in this preliminary section. Well, you all have spoken very well. I expect you, as your portfolio demands, to do and present nice ways, what the government is doing and the rest of them. But it boils down on how does this wonderful ways and programs you say the government of other states, Anambra states, and the rest of them are doing, how well does it reflect in the life of an average Igbo man doing business in Igbo land? Because what we see, if you go to market, if you buy something, coming out, they will tax you. Once you drop it on the floor, you pull a bus, pure water, they will be pursuing you left, right, and center. The keke and peps at every stop, people are there extracting money from them. And I heard from a rightful source, even someone that actually said that he has had a first-hand experience on this. where people go to buy some of this revenue collection. You know, somebody might just go and pay government as low as 100,000 naira to start pursuing the keke napep to retrieve money from them. And you see the way they go about it, putting lives of people in danger, pursuing keke napep. The thing, the thing is an eyesore. And some of you out there are seeing it. But I bet you some of these political class, they don't see it because they are not about the keke. They hardly go to even the market we go to. You see that? So they don't feel the pulse of the people. And that is why we need to have a paradigm shift from some of these things, because some of these taxation, they don't even go into government coffers. Yes, they don't even go into government coffers. People have already bought it as a contract. What government a peanut? Then at the end of the day, they will start pursuing billions out of it, getting it at all costs, putting lives in danger, intimidating people, harassing people left, right, and center. Old men and women trying to make a living out of their lives. Young boys that could not get employment from government, trying to carve something for themselves. You still go there and make life more miserable. You don't even try to help or assist these young people trying to carve a life out of themselves. Rather, you make their efforts more difficult and disheartening. Many of them may even say, come and get a medicine now, and this is what is breeding crime. So we have to understand how these things work and start having a better way of, yes, government must get revenue. Yes, government must, you should pay your tax to government. I believe that. But those tax should enter into government coffers, and those who are carrying the responsibility of discharging and executing projects from that tax revenue should do that with diligence and not divert it to their private use, because that is where the bulk of the problem is, and where the people have disconnected with the political class or those public servants that go into government, plunder the government purse, take it, divert it to their private use while the people continue to suffer. So it doesn't make sense. So on this note, I'll be wrapping it on this series, Economy of the Southeast, focusing on Southeast Economic Summit put together by SEREDEC. Thank you, Professor Bat Naji. You are a son of Igbo land I respect so much. Thank you for bringing this together, and I will not end this program without your speech to our people.
People were telling us, and I know Dr. Abani didn't really say it, but he probably should have, that in some other regions, that the governors come, they stay, and they listen, and we need to have our own people begin to do it. I know either today or yesterday, there was a governors forum in Abuja, which prevented some of the governors from coming, and I know a particular governor that wasn't feeling well, but you know, so we have a couple of deputies here. And Enugu governor came to show that he's in support. And what we want is to be able to grow to the point where we begin to have our governors come to sit and listen to these issues, which really, the issues are about their work. We are simply helping. SEREDEC is helping to make things happen. So, we'd like to appreciate you, Deputy Governors, for being here and being here all through. Thank you very much. We'd like to appreciate our chairman. He was saying something to someone in Lagos on Sunday, and he said that I'm not a good person. The person was asking him, why am I not a good person? He said, because I am making him come from Lagos or to Owerri, all the way to Enugu for this summit, and that I shouldn't be dragging him around. Sir, I am very happy to be dragging you around to come and so that we can use this incredible depth of your experience in the world to continue to support our development. God bless you, sir. Bless you. What can we say about Enyimba Economic City? All we can say is that Enyimba Economic City is a huge stimulant for the development of our region. Once that city begins to be built as it is, I think a lot of people will begin to see this region as a place to come to invest, as a place to come to live, as a place to come to get educated, and a whole lot of things. So what we are doing here, concrete projects that will move the region forward. Thank you very much, everyone.
That is it. I applaud you. This is an annual program. We're looking forward for the one of this year. And just like the man said there, that we should not just continue speaking without action. We need action. We need action. So, everyone, your hands, every hands on the decks, everyone is needed to make this a reality. Thank you for watching. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. Here, BVI Channel 1 will continue to empower you with right information. We are here to bring out real issues as it affects our people from all strata. Holistically, we address issues. We are not politically correct, and we are not here to play hide and seek game. We are here to say it the way it is, because we say it. We say it. Thank you for watching, and I'm signing out. Still telling you, click on that subscription button. It is free. Goodbye.